What are you staring at me for? What are you staring at me for, Jackie boy? What? What? Mark Dog, good morning, man. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling? Jack's here. He's all up in my business. What do you want, Jackie? Lon Slug, good morning. What do you want? Usually he lays down. What is it, buddy? What is it? What do you want? What do you want, Jackie boy? What is going on? All right, so anyway, Jack's here. Glenn, what up? Oh shit. I lost my little remote for this bad boy. Okay, anyway, Mancini, what's up, guys? Sorry I'm a little late. You know how I do it. Try to get a good 40, 45 minutes or so on here. I gotta roll out of here by like 10:30 today. Happy to see you guys. It's Thursday, back day. I actually got some videos of my back training today that I'll throw up for you guys. Posted all the chest stuff from Tuesday. My back is relatively healthy, so there's quite a lot I can do. Fortunately, Mancini. How you doing, Mancini? Good to see you. How's K Graham's lives? Besides the juicy boobies. What goes on over there? I imagine a lot of guys hitting on her. Am I right? Tanya, good to see you. It's Thursday. Oh, Bolshoi for shizzle, my nizzle. What up? So it was back day today. Feeling good. I have to go with Marissa. So Marissa and I are going, we have a very serious appointment to go to her sister's house and go through what I imagine is going to be literally boatloads of baby clothes. Anthony, my nephew, he is two and some change. So she wants to see what we want for hand-me-downs and what we don't want so she can, I guess, get rid of the rest. Give it to, Salvation Army, donate it to a clothing drive, whatever. To me, I'm like, just take it all. Just take it all. But Marissa wants to go through it with her. So they want my help. I don't know what help I'm going to provide. But we're doing it together. We're going to knock that out. And then I have a 2 o'clock Zoom that I have to do. And that's it, man. Nathan, my bro. What up, Nathan? How are you, sir? Thank you for the new apparel. You know what's funny is, are the two shirts that you sent different sizes? I didn't even look, to be honest with you. But I held up one and I was like, this thing looks humongous. And I was like, this thing looks humongous. This is a good example of body dysmorphia, guys. I'm like, this thing looks absolutely humongous. And then I put it on, and you guys saw the post that I had on. It actually fit pretty damn good. It actually fit pretty damn good. So Mancini answering my question about K. Graham said, yes, so many creepy guys in the chat. That's what I figured. She's doing great. Her husband's surgery was successful. Yes, I talk to them all the time. Just in case you guys are curious of who I talk to consistently, Kristen and Chris I talk to pretty much just about every day, at least a hey, what's up? They're very close friends of ours. Bolshoi coming back at me with the Gaydar. A lot of Gaydar questions this week, as well as Judar. What about Ajar? How can you identify American, Korean, Japanese, or Chinese? I learned, actually, from Joe Coy. If you hear Joe Coy, one of his more recent stand-ups, he says that you can tell by the way that they sound, the voices, what kind of Asian they are. He says the Koreans are very deep, which I've kind of picked up on also, versus the Japanese and the Chinese. So you break down, if you watch that Joe Coy, you'll be able to figure it all out yourself. There's a lot of Japanese pornography that you can come across on, well, you used to be able to come across on Pornhub. No, you can't even watch Pornhub anymore down here in Florida. And Japanese women, they have a very interesting pitch and tone to their orgasms, if you've ever watched a lot of Japanese porn. Also, they blur out the genitals in Japanese porn, which is very interesting to me. That sort of like defeats a lot of the purpose, if you ask me. Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, I figured that was what you did. That 2X, when I held it up, I was like, this thing, it looks humongous. But it actually, like I said, fit pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Let's see what else we got here. Koreans have big head and more muscular. You know, there are some good Korean bodybuilders. You're right about that. I also noticed that the Koreans seem to be very good at soccer. From what I understand, Bolshoi, the Chinese are taller. I've had this discussion with different Asian people before, if they can tell each other apart as well. They say that without the language, they still can. It's interesting. Nathan says, I'm currently filling out my performance review at work, which is dependent on how much they'll give me for my bonus. It's stupid no matter what you say, your ass is going for the same bonus amount. So what do you have to fill out in this review, sir? So, Tanya, this is what happened. Florida passed a law that says in order to watch pornography, you have to do an age verification with your driver's license. And so Pornhub said that they feel that is a violation of people's personal privacy rights, and they won't stand for it, so they have decided to remove themselves from Florida altogether. And there are other adult sites that have done the same thing. Two Galore is one that I always liked that also did it. So there are other ones that are still around that I guess don't care. I looked around one day. I was curious. I mean, Pornhub was my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. Interesting times. I never would have imagined seeing this in my time, in the world that we're in. So, yeah, I got to get into that VPN life. I've been so busy with doing all the daddy stuff and whatnot that I haven't gotten a chance to really, look into this. I know, you guys feel so terrible for me, but I haven't gotten to get in a truly good research day in adult films. But the VPN way seems to be the way to do it. Mancini says that Korean women are very beautiful. Well, I think all women are very beautiful, Mancini. We all have our different types and tastes. Reminiscence. Yes, Bolshoi. Pretty good movie, I thought. What did you think? What did you think? Badabuco. Do you think Bob Harris had a better physique than Lee Haney, even though Haney was a multiple Olympia winner? I think he did. You know what? I've said this before, and it's in no disrespect, man. The guy accomplished 8 Mr. Olympias, right? He's really one of my least favorite Mr. Olympias. I don't know what it is. he did have some great body parts. I kind of feel like bodybuilding was in a weird spot when Lee Haney was competing, and he happened to be just the bigger guy. I'd love for somebody to give me a different opinion on this, because you know the guy that you see like pushing him with Rich Gaspari was not even close. You know, not really a pleasing physique or a big guy. But Bob Harris had a really great physique. I'd rather look like Bob Harris than Lee Haney if I had the choice. Haney had a great back, yes. Taller guy, so he carried it well. But yeah, him and, well, Chris Dickerson I was also not a fan of as the Olympia. Some weird years in there. I didn't really think Samir Bannout was a great Olympia either. No disrespect, good bodybuilder. It was just a weird time. Tyler more ectomorph, yes. Mancini loves Korean barbecue. Lee Haney's physique sucks. Gyno, not symmetrical abs, no arms, calves, and quads, just back and shoulders. That's why no one puts him among the greats. It was a very strange time in bodybuilding. I mean, who really from that era stands out overall to be a guy that could have beat him at that time? I mean, personally, I would much rather look like Arnold. I would much rather look like Sergio Oliva. I would much rather even look like short Franco Colombo. Definitely Mike Menser. There was a weird time in bodybuilding that time. I don't think people really talk about that era of bodybuilding anywhere near as much. You talk about, I'd love to see what other people, maybe slightly older than me, think about this. Because you talk about the golden era, which I was just talking about, Arnold, Franco, Mike Menser, Danny Padilla, Sergio Oliva, amazing. That's the golden era. And then you talk a lot about the 90s. Ronnie Coleman, of course. The Freaks, Dorian Yates. But you never really talk about that little gap in the middle. Let's see here. Man, Mancini, OnlyFans is such a big business. I don't know how it works. You might have to have an age verification on there, but it's such a big business, they don't care. But yeah, Bolshoi, I'll tell you, I'm not a big fan. People say he's a great guy, nice guy, whatever, but I as a bodybuilder, he was never the guy for me, you know? Luke says, I had a question about Chosen One. Would it be good to add in with what I'm currently doing or hold off? Well, it wouldn't be bad for what you're doing, Luke, because it doesn't aromatize. So you don't have to worry about estrogen. May harden you up a little bit more. So it certainly wouldn't be a bad addition. I would choose that over, definitely choose that over the Brutal Force, the 4 Dione, because that'll convert. Harden you up a little bit. Nathan says, it is broken down with each individual core value our company has. Okay. You select whether you meet, exceed, or greatly exceed the expectations. And you give the reasons why you selected your option. Are you giving yourself a negative score on anything, Nathan? Brian Rogers, good morning, sir. Good morning. Pootie Tang. Ratata. What up, gang gang? Edge of Tomorrow 2016 with Tom Cruise or Reminiscence with Hugh Jackman. Man, you got me going against the crazy man, Tom Cruise. I'm going Hugh Jackman. I saw Bolshoi. I saw that movie very recently. I was like, where did that come out when I was in prison or something? But no, you're saying it was released in 2021. I must have just missed it. What was I going to say? I had something I wanted to talk about. And I forgot my train of thought now. What's going on with Sean Ray's beef with Chris Aceto now? I haven't been following. Everybody loves drama and beef now. Saliva, click, click, boom. Or Shine Down, fly from the inside. Shine Down on that one. Catchy tune though, by Saliva. Badabuka says, I have Sean Ray and Paris over Haney. Definitely. Definitely with Sean Ray and Paris. Sean Ray without a doubt. Thoughts on Jason DeNova saying he'll be back in 25. So I saw Jason yesterday. He says he's 212 pounds. He has lost some weight, guys. He absolutely has lost some weight. That being said, he asked me what I thought he would have to weigh to be in contest shape. And I told him probably 165, 170 pounds. He first thought 180. I said, no, sir. You got a lot more body fat on you than you realize. 83 Olympia, I had Bertil Fox over Samir Banu. Me too. Man, listen, I thought Bertil Fox was incredible. Incredible. Nick, 1234, what up, what up? Not a fan of Tom Cruise, Mancini, he's a weirdo. Alan, what's going on? Who originally sang Lenny Kravitz, Are You Gonna Go My Way? I'll give you a hint. The first name starts with a T. Jason Genova, baby. Favorite Palumbo's karaoke song? I don't know. I love karaoke, though. Negative in your performance. Why, Nathan? An American Tail cartoon, 1986. Or, oh, man, I love All Dogs Go to Heaven. Classic, bro. I love All Dogs Go to Heaven. Oh, man, Scatman, he asked me a plenty of them yesterday. Plenty of them. Oh, by the way, so... Yes, bro, it was Tom Jones bullshit. I'm telling you. I had a client one time that was an OnlyFans girl. She was making bank. But when she go buy a house, she got a nice surprise from the, oh, she didn't know how to save her taxes. Yes, very important for those young ladies to learn all about that. Very important. But I know a lot of girls that are killing it on there. Killing it. Are you sure, Bolshoi? Are you positive? I've seen him perform it. Onyx Slam. Let the boys be boys. Oh, wow. Or Naughty by Nature. Hip Hop Parade. Oh, man, that's a tough one. Bringing me back to my youth with that one. Tough one. I think I'm going Naughty by Nature, though. I loved Naughty by Nature as a kid. No negative review is good, Nathan. Oh, I remember what I wanted to talk about with you guys now. I saw there's a movie out on Amazon Prime. Lenny wrote the song in 93. Jones performed it in early 2000. Wow. How about that? Figures Bolshoi would know. I saw him perform it. This is what I get, by the way, for listening to people on YouTube. I saw a YouTube video of him singing it one day. I don't know how I stumbled across it. And I was like, huh. And in the comments, they said, the comments were Lenny Kravitz did a great job with this version of this song. And I was like, in my head I thought, well, this is the original. How about that? So there you go. There you go. Dorian Yates, sort of why I stopped following bodybuilding. Sean Ray was the physique I think Olympia should have. And you know what it was with Dorian Yates, guys? I mean, this just got to call it how it is. That from a business standpoint, Joe Weider wanted a white guy to be the Mr. Olympia. I'm telling you, from a business standpoint. Because, listen, and I've talked about it with other older guys that I'm not going to throw their names out there, who straight up said, the white guys are the guys that are buying the magazines, not the black guys. The black guys are genetically superior from a business standpoint. To open it up to a more marketable audience, you needed a white guy at the top to grow the sport the way they wanted to. Now, that all being said, Dorian was not the biggest marketing machine. He pretty much went home and just trained to come back and keep winning them. But I'll tell you, in the era that I grew up in, everybody loved Dorian Yates because he was like the great white hope. And there's a lot of guys that felt that way about Jay Cutler too. Listen, I'm just calling it how it is. You guys know I always call it how it is. Ronnie Coleman was just truly undeniable. There was no one that could even touch Ronnie Coleman. But once Dorian stepped in with the size and conditioning, they were like, now we got a white guy that can open this thing up. I've talked to people that I'm not going to say their names that are much, much older than me on the business side of the things with the way that the Weiders did and stuff. Just calling it like it is. Do I think the Jake Paul McGregor fight might happen? Probably not. Conor McGregor can't seem to get his shit together. You would think he would because that would be a big money day. But he can't seem to get his shit together. La Bamba, La Bamba, or Blues Brothers with Belushi. You know, La Bamba was a sad one, man. Sad one. Good morning, Bo. Big Bo. What's going on, brother? My man. So, like I said, guys, I've talked to the older people involved in this thing, and they just straight up, and listen, maybe they're lying, right? But these are guys that I think are pretty trustworthy that said the Weiders were, that was their mindset with it. That was their mindset with it. What else did I want to say? Oh, so listen to this. Jennifer, good morning, good morning. Dude, where's my car? National Lampoon's van. Oh, Dude, where's my car? Classic. Or National Lampoon's Van Wilder. Dude, where's my car? Dude, the original Dude, where's my car with fucking, what's his name? Ashton Kutcher and the other guy, the funny guy, was pretty funny with the Continuum Transfunctioner. The Continuum Transfunctioner, guys, remember that? Van Wilder, definitely funny, though. So I remember, guys, what I wanted to talk about today. Zoltan, yes. So I saw a movie trailer last night for a movie called Queer. Has anybody seen this trailer with Daniel Craig, a.k.a. James Bond? Has anybody seen this trailer? Have you seen a recent podcast with Broccoli Head himself, Mark Zuckerberg, on Rogan? I have, talking about how he was getting the squeeze from the government on what he was allowed to put out. Islam versus Armin predictions. It's very hard for me to not choose Islam. It's very hard for me to go against Islam, so I'm sticking with the champ on this one. I hope it's a great fight. Listen, the movie Queer, Daniel Craig plays a gay guy in it, and it's a pretty strongly gay role. So all the homophobes are gonna come and get mad at me now, but it had me wonder: is James Bond, Daniel Craig, is he gay? Is he married in real life? Is he with a woman? Because he's really gaying it up in this role. And I understand people and wanting to be creative and whatnot, and expand their acting chops. You know, how good of an actor can you be, right? A straight guy playing a gay guy. But personally, I'd pass on that role. Not for me. Call me homophobic all you want. But Daniel Craig is extremely gay in this. No, Scatman, there's a movie out now. You can go check out the trailer. It's called Queer. They have it on Amazon, early premieres. And Daniel Craig, the former James Bond, is starring with another guy. And it's a straight up LGBTQ movie. Have you seen Alto Nights with 2025 with De Niro about Frank Costello and Vito Genovese? How long De Niro will continue to make bad movies and embarrass Italians? I haven't seen it, but he's been on a bad streak. I think he's losing it a little bit with age. If you could get back in a time machine for one day, you'd pick 80s, 90s, or 2000s, and which you'd pick. Honestly, I'd love to pick the 70s if I really could. I'd love to go back into the 70s. Maybe late 70s, great rock and roll. Everyone's smoking the original marijuana without all the bad shit laced into it. A little bit loose with the sexuality. 80s, Reagan came in and they started the whole drug wars. Things got a little crazy for a little while. But I grew up in the 90s. I love the 90s. So if I could go back in time, maybe I'd go to 99, my senior year of high school. I've heard that The Penguin is pretty good. I'd like to watch that one. Busta Rhymes, Pass the Cavassier. Everybody singing now, Pass the Cavassier. Or Lean Back featuring Fat Show. I'll probably go with a little Fat Joe action. Lean Back, that was a big one. That was a big one back in the day. The 80s had fantastic movies. You're right about that, Jennifer. Oh man, all the great Rocky movies, Bloodsport, all those movies that came out in the 80s, Terminator. But I loved the 90s, man. Loved the 90s. Yin Yang Twins. I love me some Yin Yang Twins. Blues Traveler. Oh yeah, why do you wanna give me the run around? Oh, wrong song. It's the hug brings you back. See how I saved it right there? Or Ghost, Mary on a Cross. Man, Blues Traveler was really good, weren't they? He had the harmonica. He did it all. The Goonies classic. Or Stand By Me. Stand By Me had a very sad scene in it. I'm going to go with Goonies specifically for Sloth. We had a friend in high school that looked exactly like Sloth. And everybody would always go, Baby Ruth, to him. I think that probably was really mean and cruel to do. You know how kids are when they're young. Oh, Broken Board. Got a little bit of the white man dot crate. I'm feeling good. I prefer the white myself. Get that focus going. Flavor Flav. Romancing the Stone, 1984, another good one. Or Crocodile Dundee, oh man. Whew. Romancing the Stone was a good one. With, what was her name? Catherine, I'm trying to think. She was very pretty back then. But I think I'm going with Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. That's a knife. Hey, you guys. Yeah, Sloth was great. Ghost has changed a lot. You're right about that, Nathan. They've changed a lot. I like, what song do I like by Ghost? I guess it's not recent, actually. Now that I think about it, it's probably a good 10 years old. Maybe not. I like the song Rats. Rats was a pretty good one. Rats. Rats. Catchy. Kathleen Turner, yes. Very pretty in that movie. Yeah, yes. Kids are mean, Mancini, that's for sure. Michael Goofless. Most Def or Mobb Deep. Shook Ones. Listen, Mobb Deep. Shook Ones that's one of the greatest, in my opinion. The hook. Woo. Shook Ones is so good. Shook Ones and Quiet Storm, two really outstanding old rap songs that'll never go out of style. Most Def guys appeared for a few episodes on Dexter. As I was going through Dexter, I was like, oh shit, that's Most Def. Rats is a banger, see? You know it. Any recommendations against scars on the skin? If you lose weight quickly, I have scars on my stomach. They are already become white color. It doesn't look pleasing. Listen, I have them. I have stretch marks everywhere. Everywhere. All over my arms. All through my arms. I find that they fade with time. That's the good news, but it's tough, There are of course topical things that you can do with vitamin E and cocoa butter and things like that are good for stretch marks. Marissa's been putting Palmer's. They've got Palmer's stretch mark cream that she puts all over her belly every day. That's supposed to be good for reducing the stretch marks. Good luck with it, man. John Defendants or Lance Trier? I'm going John Defendants on that one. What is Sean Ray and Aceto beefing about? I guess Sean Ray came out when Derek Lunsford. I haven't been following along as much. It's just not interesting to me. But Derek Lunsford came out and said he hired Chris Aceto to coach him. And I guess Sean Ray came out and said that was a mistake. That's not going to be what he needs. And it's turned into a whole thing. Height and shoe size. My height is 5'10". I've shrank a little bit over the years. It's interesting how that happens as you get older. I hit my peak at about 5'11" at 1920, and I went down to 5'10 and a half, and last time I got measured I was barely 5'10", which is interesting is that I thought about this quite a bit back when I was competing, how that half an inch in the middle would have caused me a lot of problems if I decided to do classic or something like that. Do I think collagen will help with all those stretches? No, definitely not. Now, collagen is beneficial for other things, but as far as the topical appearance of them, no. Like I said, you can go and get into a certain kind of topical lotion that has, a vitamin E cocoa butter base, but they don't really fade the same way. Sin City or Collateral? I like Sin City. I like Sin City. You get a little boobies in there too. Chris's client, Cedric and Rodin, passed away, so I'd listen, Sean. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with Chris Aceto. I'll tell you guys, Chris Aceto, he doesn't really get into the drug protocol side of it. He doesn't. He's a straight up nutrition guy. Moisturizing is the best way to prevent marks, which is where dudes go wrong. Listen to the ladies, guys. They know about the beauty stuff. I'll tell you, I have been religious about moisturizing my skin for years. Even in prison, we had Lubriderm on the commissary. I Lubriderm my whole damn body. Yes, I do. A lot of guys don't do that. They just shower, throw on their deodorant, and go. Get all dried and cracked up. Yes, love Jessica Alba, Mancini. She's one of my favorites of all time. My wife is my number one. Definitely love Jessica Alba, though. Sean Ray knows more than any guru out there. His arrogance is justified. I think he knows quite a bit. I think he also had fantastic genetics. But if I was going to have somebody, you guys know that most of my career coached myself. Once I tried the whole coaching thing for a little while. Dave Palumbo helped me quite a bit. Always give love to Dave Palumbo. But I prefer to do most of my stuff on my own. It's great to have a set of eyes. If I were to pick anyone to aid me, it would be Chris Aceto. But I've spent a lot of time with Chris Aceto, and that's really because I understand the value of nutrition, which for some reason a lot of these guys just don't take the same time to figure out. So I don't know. So modest, Tanya. Mancini says I use Gold Bond Sports every day. There you go. Sean said the difference between gurus and coaches is that the gurus only meet you in person at competitions. Listen, I don't know what to tell you about that, guys. I mean, I coached a lot of athletes to pro cards. I coached mostly women. I turned a lot of women pro. I was involved in it. Something like 24 different pro cards. I've coached a 4th place at the Olympia and Arnold in women's physique. I've coached a 4th place in figure. I've coached Olympia winner in bikini. So I've done quite a bit with women at a high level. And I also coached, Keon Pearson in the beginning of his career. On the guy's side, I literally moved him into my house with me for a week. So, does that mean I was better because I was involved with them in face-to-faces? No, I don't think so. I think you could do quite a bit on a computer. That was just the way that I wanted to do things. I definitely think that when it's close and you're going for all the marbles like that, the more time you can have together, the better. But not everybody can do that. So thanks to Sean Ray, we have 202 Mr. Olympia, and on his show, Phil Heath and Kai Green got pro cards, and in the 90s, the only one guy who had the balls to talk against judges, so Sean did. Listen, he did quite a bit. I'm not saying that he didn't, and he's one of the greatest to ever do it. I'm just simply talking on the subject of coaches. Lee Priest spoke out a lot against the judges. I don't think that helped him either. Um, Melanie, good morning. Tango and Cash or 3,000 miles to Graceland? I'm going Tango and Cash on that one. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that. Had a great run with him and some fun times. MTV Diaries or VH1 Behind the Music? Oh, I loved VH1 Behind the Music. Those were great. Those were great. Brandon Rogers, good morning. Guys, I got to jump off a little quick today. I got to get in the shower and I have to be somewhere with Marissa. Got family stuff going on today, but I appreciate you guys jumping in here. And I love you all very much. Emilio Estevez or Charlie Sheen? Oh man, you got to go Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen for two things. I'm gonna give Charlie Sheen two things. One, just for the Wild Thing role, amazing, epic movie character, fierce pitcher, and also for the interview where he was winning the Tiger's blood. That interview sets him apart from a lot of people. Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, great one. Or New Radicals, you only get what you give. Definitely Tears for Fears. And I'm going to peace out of here, guys. Love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. And I'm also all about winning. God bless you guys. Have a good one.